Well, I was coming off my junior year playing football for JMU, and I had one of my best years to the time, which actually, it was such a good year that it made me a pro prospect, like I was an NFL prospect at the time. So I was going into my final spring ball, playing football for JMU, and we had our first practice, and we was putting in a new defensive system. And when we were practicing, somebody kneed me in my thigh, my right thigh. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I continued to practice, got home, put some ice on it, put some heat. And then around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, it had swollen up 2 times my thigh size. And at first I didn't know what to do, but my roommate woke up, heard me like panicking, and he took me to the emergency room, and they had to do emergency surgery to release the blood clot that had developed in my thigh. So his request was like, let's rehab it, let's hit therapy pretty hard. Ultrasound, heat, ice, stretching. We did that every day for 3 months, from May to the beginning of August. That's all I did. I still did my upper body weightlifting. I couldn't run. And that's all we did for 3 months because it was the summertime. And then it just so happened the beginning of August, the first week of August, I could bend my leg just enough. I couldn't bend it all the way, but just enough to start spring practice August the 9th. If my condition didn't get better, I wouldn't play football again. I was trying to keep up with my classes because I was so focused on graduating with my class that when I got injured, when I got injured in April, I didn't keep up with my classes. My grades slipped pretty bad. And I had a bunch of help. I had a bunch of advice from my academic advisors, from my coaches. They was like, you can withdraw this semester. You had an extremely harmful injury to yourself, and you can withdraw and take the classes another time. But I was stubborn at the time. I was young. I was like, I can do this. And when I went to take my finals, I just was not ready for my finals that semester. And I probably should have withdrew, but that academic semester was my worst semester here at JMU. And that's what caused me to extend my academic career here. So 2004, I started playing in August. I was practicing really well. And we didn't expect to have that type of season. We had like 25 seniors, and we weren't very good the previous years, and we thought our coach was gonna get fired. So we was just having fun. And next thing you know, we were on like a 6-game winning streak, and I was playing really well at the time. So we just kept winning, and every game we was winning, we just was really appreciative of every win. What's funny is after the national championship, after we won, after the day of celebration, my next focus was, when am I gonna graduate? Because I was on academic probation during this whole run. So like, I was trying to focus on school, but with every win, it's like, you focus on school and then you gotta win the next game. Then you gotta win the next game, because we was trying to, once we realized we won 8 to 9 games, we can make a playoff run, it got pretty serious there. Coach Barlow and Coach Matthews was giving me some advice on maybe you should get a job, work a little bit, work for some time, and then come back to school when you're in a better position to take classes and have your mind focused on those classes. And that's when I told Coach Barlow and Coach Matthews that I wanted to be a police officer. The spring of 2005, I was able to start working here as a police cadet, and then through the apprenticeship program, I got hired as a police officer in May of 2005. Working here as an employee, they allow you to take college credits, and they give you a stipend for it. So I didn't know that at the time, but I think in the back of Chief Schiff's mind, he knew I wanted to graduate. Well, he knew I needed to graduate. I didn't tell him that I wanted to graduate. I told him I just wanted the job. But he kept installing in me, you need to graduate. I was at like 100 credits already. You need 120 to graduate. So he was like, you're so close, we're going to get you to graduate. And I did. I worked night shift, and I took classes during the day. And I did that for 2 years. And that's when I was able to graduate in December 2008. If it was just left up to me, I probably would have went back home to Philadelphia and would have had to figure my way out from there, because that was just, I didn't have a plan. My mom and dad was like, you can come home and get a job and we'll help you as best we can, but they pushed me to stay here and work here and become involved in the community and get my degree here. So don't think you have to do this by yourself, because that was the thought process I had at first. I was like, once I'm done with football, that's it. Nobody is going to be there for me. Nobody is going to want to help me or go out of their way to help me. And my mentors really changed my mindset about that, because growing up in South Philadelphia is like, you're kind of on your own in the streets when you're going about living your life. And that's the way people will tell you when I came to JMU, that's how I was. I didn't really talk to many people. I was kind of a loner. So my 4 years here changed my outlook on life. And that's what I tell students, because I'm a mentor here with OSARP as well. So when I talk to students, I tell them, you're not alone. We can get through this. We just have to find you the resources, find what you need to do. We need to stick to that plan. And that's the first thing I tell them. Because sometimes when you're in situations like I was, you feel like you're by yourself, you're alone, and nobody around you is going through this but you, and you feel like you don't have any help, and you don't want to talk to anybody about your situation because you're embarrassed. But I tell them, don't be embarrassed. There are people here to help you who know you're in a situation, and we're going to be here for you.